Yeah, I mean, obviously, I mean, you're always in it. You're always, like I said, I was practicing like something like this would happen. You're never giving up. You're always working your hardest and trying to get better. So, I feel prepared, and obviously it's terrible. I mean, you never wish an injury on someone, and so again, I hope you can come back quick and get all healed up, perfect, and he'll feel fine. But until then, I'm going to do what I can to give this team a chance.
Have you had an opportunity to speak with him at all?
Yeah, just chatted a little bit here and there. I mean, not much to say really. I mean, obviously he's a little bummed pretty bummed that it happened, obviously, but there's not much you can do.
You like another crack at Winnipeg?
Yeah, no. I mean, obviously it's always fun playing a team where you're from. Obviously it's a lot more fun playing in that barn in that scenario, but no. I mean, it'll be good to play them again tomorrow, and like I said, I mean. It doesn't really matter what's going on around the rink or whatnot. It's the 2 points we need tomorrow. So I think we got a pretty focused group in here, and we're going to come ready to play tomorrow.
James, in the crazy world of sports, you obviously play for today, but you have to keep an eye on what's going to happen down the road. Do you look at this as an opportunity to show the hockey world that, hey, I am a number one goalie, and if it's not going to be here, it can be elsewhere?
You know what? Honestly, right now, I mean, there's lots of thoughts swirling in your head about a lot of things, but now it's just time to stop the puck. I mean, it doesn't really matter what transpires, after the season or all that white noise per se. I mean, all I'm trying to do is just play my best and get those 2 points tomorrow and then go on to Florida. So try not to think about all this other stuff.
James, did the time when Bernier was back and playing and you were backing up practicing give you a chance maybe to hit the reset button in some ways on the season, do you think? Or how would you view that time off?
I don't know. I mean, I think it just, when you're not playing, you're getting a lot of practice time and you kind of have the freedom to try new things, or not try new things, but kind of go over maybe things that, you were doing well. And so, I tried to, kind of refocus and kind of revisit some of those things and try and perfect them. So, like I said, I mean, I feel good. I feel like I've been practicing well for the last, week and a half, 2 weeks. And so, like I said, I feel prepared and hopefully it transfers out on the ice.
Did you pick up on things when you were going through that time that were going wrong in the games right before Bernie came back?
Not too much. I mean, I think there's a few things where I felt I could have played certain situations different, or some tendencies I was doing. But overall, I mean, there's not too much to tweak. But it's just getting comfortable and getting to that spot where you need to be when the puck's in certain situations.
James, you touched last night briefly on the belief you have in the team and what you guys can still accomplish here. I mean, why do you have that belief? Can you expand on that thought? I mean, why do you have faith that that you guys might be able to pull this out and get back in?
I mean, last night's a perfect example. I mean, I'm sure lots of people were maybe counting us out when it was 3-3 and Boston was coming, but we hang in there. We hang in there and we don't give up and we find a way to win an OT. I mean, that's the kind of team we are. Maybe sometimes it's not the prettiest, but we find ways to win and we pull together and we lean on each other and that's what it takes. I mean, with 4 games to go, I mean. No one's going to be asking how we get points, just as long as we get them. So, I believe fully in this team that we got what it takes.
A little bit of irony that this comes down to you and the Jets in a big game tomorrow. Not the whole thing, but you against Winnipeg, a team that you grew up watching.
I mean it's a little different, right? Because they're not, it's not necessarily the Coyotes or whatnot. It's a lot's changed in almost 20 years, and so. No, I mean, and on on the other hand, you can't put too much pressure on tomorrow. I mean, obviously it's a big game, and some people might say it's a must-win game and stuff. But when you start putting too much pressure on yourself, you can't perform. So it's a big game, and we know what's at stake. But you can't really think about that. You're just thinking about your own game and what you need to do to be successful. So it should be a good one tomorrow, and we should be loose and ready to go.
From a personal standpoint, is there anything you can draw from, whether it's previous years or previous stretches you have individually, that say you believe you can be the guy to win 4 games in a row?
100%. But I mean, it's not. But the main thing is it's not 4 games in a row. I mean, obviously, I guess that's what everyone's talking about and what everyone's speculating. But obviously, as a player, as a goalie, you can't see it like that. You can't even win 60 minutes. It's about the first 5 minutes, the first minute, the first shot. And so. but I mean, to more into my answer, what you were saying, I mean, yeah, I mean, you know, I've had a lot of success in the past, and you know, had to carry the load in different scenarios, and so and I've been successful in that. So I feel confident, and you know, and hopefully we can do it again.
James, anybody who's ever played sports dreams of being the hero. Is there a fun element to this situation where you're concerned? It's like, this is why I play.
Yeah, no, I mean, it's a challenge. I mean, you know, you're a competitor, and you love the challenges, and especially maybe sometimes when odds are against you. I mean, you just go out there and play your heart out, and you know, kind of hope that it's going to be enough. And so, yeah, I mean, you know, these are the fun times to play.